Hi there, Johnny Daniel, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. How are you tonight? It is Wednesday, 7 o'clock on the dot. Well, maybe it's now 7:01, but hey. All right, so please let me know where you're from, how you're doing, if it's hot enough for you, if you live out in the desert with me. This week has been straight like 105, 108. So we are climbing, and then we're gonna finish with the crescendo in August of muggy and hot. And hopefully the pools will be open, but I don't know about you, but they're back and forth right now. So I'm just kind of like, okay, hold on. All right, so comment. The 2 cards we make tonight are going to be the ones raffled off for you to have for a sample. So please give me a shout, say hello, whatever you want. So, Rubber Rummage, July 18th, it's happening. Yay! So if you're dropping off a box for me to sell, and you don't remember where the email is for the inventory sheet or anything else, please have me resend it, because if it's not there, I'm going to tell you you have homework. So you can start dropping off as of Monday through Thursday. I will be in Yucca to pick up if you're not able to drive down here, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going house to house to house. It's going to be, I'm going to sit at Walmart or Marshall's or one of those and say you can meet me and drop the box off there. So I am figuring out, even though Starbucks patio is not open, that I'm done doing all the driving and going. So not only is it trying to remember who's where, because I do a lot of backtracking because I can't always remember, but it gets really hot. So I'm trying to survive this semi-shutdown, whatever you want to call it, just like you are. So help me out a little bit, and we're going to pick a location, because the house-to-house thing, not so much. So I will sit at a agreed upon location, depending on which side of Yucca are the majority of the deliveries, and I'll be there for like an hour and not a problem. So just some changes for you. Not many, I promise, but we've got in-person classes, card class happening this week. I think I have 1 spot available for Saturday afternoon. If you're still interested, you need to let me know by tonight though. Okay, by tonight. And that's by midnight. So when I wake up first thing in the morning, that's what I check. So if you want that spot, please let me know. The details are out for Rubber Rummage, going back to that. So drop off starts happening on Monday. Please let me know when you're coming so I don't have multiples, and I can make sure everything's crossed and dotted and we don't have problems with any of the boxes. So please let me know when you're coming. Happy to do appointments and all that kind of stuff, just to make sure. And if we're off by a couple minutes, no problem. But I just want to know, is it 10-ish? Is it 3-ish? That kind of thing. So, shopping, the appointment list is being filled. If you would like to shop, please let me know. And I will email you available slots, because I am maxing it at 4 people per round, I guess you would say. So, club, if you would like to host, club is starting July through December. Yes, it is full. Thank you, by the way. If you are part of club and you would like to host to get additional for your month that you're hosting, please let me know. I would like to have that event, whether it be virtual or whether it be in person. Or if you just want to collect orders, I want that event to be the weekend before so it can count for your deadline, okay? I do guarantee 15 for free, but if you'd like additional, that's on you. Let's see. You're gonna laugh, but hey, I got the mini catalog, or the holiday catalog, yesterday in the mail. No, it's not in this room, so hey. But I have 64 coming tomorrow or Friday. that I will be prepping for everybody. So if you have ordered from me since January, I was going to say 6 months, but it's easier just to say January. So if you have ordered from me since January, you're automatically on the list. We'll get it for free. If you have not, please let me know. And I'm pretty sure that you know if you've ordered from me since January. So if you've done Celebration with me, if you've done the spring catalog with me or the new annual catalog with me, as well as the last year's annual catalog, then you are good, okay? So I will be putting out more details with that because I still have to do the weekly email as well. Yes, I'm running a couple secs behind. Let's see. So I'll be doing an unboxing live when all my holiday stuff comes in, and we'll be making the samples for Stamp-A-Stack. Super, super quick, right? So, thankfully it's not taking too long. All right, so the sample kit for today, if you were to sign up, get 20% off, have no negative impact on your credit. And if you don't do your $300 in a quarter, hey, guess what happens? Absolutely nothing, except you're no longer active, which means you are not on the team group page and you don't have access to all the different ideas and all the different resources that we have as demonstrators. If you would like to get a jump on your Christmas cards, this is a really good time to sign up. Here's why. My Christmas stuff will be here tomorrow or Friday, depending on which box. So if you want to get a full month jump on everybody else, this is a great time to do that. I would say if your wish list is at least $300, $200, because I generally add to my wish list when I see things, I would say get the 20% off, right? So up to you. All right, so for tonight's project, the suggested kit that I'm looking at is the Perfect Parcels dies. I never say that right, that's why I had to look. The brass foil sheets. Now, normally you get 2, but obviously I've used 1 for the samples tonight. Night of Navy pack of cardstock, which is 24 sheets. Let's see, thick Whisper White cardstock. See, pack. Okay, not single sheet. White envelopes. Hammered 3D hammered metal. I always do that in the wrong order. Hammered metal 3D embossing folder, which is what we're using tonight. Obviously, I am assuming you're already going to have a die cutting machine. Stamp and seal. So let's see. Glue dots. Okay. Take your pick tool and the putty refill that comes with it and the stylus tools, but hey, you know. And then last but not least, the 2019 to 21 in color ink pads. So this would be Seaside Spray, Pretty Peacock, Terracotta Tile, and Rococo Rose. The reason I say last year's is because there's 4, because Purple Posy never got, the quality never got up to specs for Stampin' Up! So there's only 4 ink pads in last year's, whereas this year's has 5, and that would put you over the 125. So sign up is $99 plus tax, so in 29 palms with a 7 3/4% tax rate, that's $106.67. If you ordered everything on your own, it would be $146.68. You save $40.08. You also get catalogs, you also get supplies, and you also get the 20% discount, which basically take the catalog price and knock a little bit off of it, and that's what you pay. So the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine will be available for order September 1st. The small Ermini will follow shortly. I have not been told when yet. I would like to know when, just like you, but I do not know when. So I'm going to put you down so we can create. Remember to comment so you have chances to win the 2 cards that we're going to be doing. I'm going to be showing you more than that, but the 2 that we're actually creating tonight are going to be the ones that are raffled off. So hold on a minute and I'll put you down and get caught up to ya. Hold on. If I can get this to pivot. Okay. I must have cranked it too tight. All right. And there we go. I'll get my computer cut up and everything will be ready to go. So if you would like to follow me on all the tips and tricks that I do, make sure to follow my blog, which is stampingwithjohnny.com. And if you missed any of the lives or are curious what I've done with every single live in the last 8 years, I think it is, make sure to hop onto my YouTube channel so you don't have to scroll through my Facebook that hard. And the Facebook, let's see, the Facebook, or the YouTube rather, is Stamping with Johnny. And then, if you would like to order, johnnydaniel.stampinup.net. Host code is B as in boy, D as in dog, 39, T as in Triceratops, H as in hat, 4, B as in boy. The grouping is going, hey Iris, hi Sherilyn, how are you guys? The grouping or the hosting is going to Jody, who is so sweet to constantly offer her house in Yucca for me. So, and if you'd like to join my team, same website as the ordering, and instead of clicking shop now, you click join. So fairly easy to walk through. Hey Deanna, how are you, hun? So let's get to creating, shall we? So let me show you some of the things I've already done. So for tonight, I was going on the theme still from the, I believe it's the Technique Tuesday, and we were talking about letting your designer series paper shine. Okay, so let me get everything lined up. It just shifted on me. Sorry about that, guys. So this is from the World of Good. So what I've done is just taken the back side of this brown and punched out with a 1/2 inch circle die. If you still have the old punch, that works too. And I've punched out the compass. Yes, I took a magnifying glass, and yes, I made sure the west was on the left side and the north was up. So, there. Yes, I did that. I've also got the holiday rhinestones on here. The crumb cake it's embossed with textured tiles, I believe is the embossing folder. Some Whisper White, and the Adventure Awaits, which is part of the World of Good suite. So that is our first designer series paper that we are showcasing. Second one, do you guys know which one this is? I hope so, because I can't remember right now. No, this one is, oh, what was the name of it? Artistry. Artistry. Hold on, I'm looking it up really quick. Because, yes, I blanked as soon as I said, oh, I know it. That's how it usually works, right? So, thankfully, I have this right here. So, Artistry Blooms Designer Series Paper. That is the set. All right, so what I've done is I have grabbed a Q-tip and some shimmer white paint and shook it really good so there was stuff in the lid, and I dabbed the Q-tip and went bing, 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 and this is brand new ribbon. So if you have gotten the ribbon sample, you have this new ribbon. I've embossed in white the happy birthday. This was from the stamp set Many Mates. Okay, and then just some rhinestones on there. So that is some of the paper. Cool, right? You guys have seen this before. This is the Ornate Garden Specialty Designer Series paper. This was one of the preview sets that came out in, was it April or May? I think it was May 1st, for a premiere for the catalog. And And then we've got the Mini Mates punched with the Everyday Label punch, and then the new dots, right? So letting that designer series paper shine. Okay, this one is, can you guess? Oh, come on. I'm sure you can guess. This is the Playful Pets, I believe it's called. Playful Pets designer series paper. This is the red and white striped is the back side of these dogs, and then I just fussy cut or scissor cut out the puppy, and then stamped with the Mini Mates the happy birthday, and colored it in actually this time. Now you're gonna laugh because I was like, okay, I don't have Real Red in the marker because it ran out and I haven't bought the whole set yet. I don't have Real Red in the blends, so guess what I did? I grabbed a blender pen and I stamped with a clear block into the ink pad so I had ink, and then I just colored it with the blender pen. So if you don't have it, make it work, right? And then we've got the holiday rhinestones again. So that's where that's from. This is the In Good Taste designer series paper. This wood was the back of this one. It's matted in early espresso, but I will tell you I didn't like the grain of the wood, so I took a sponge to it so that way it was darker. Okay, so we've got that going on. And I don't know, I'm gonna call this my Texas card because it's got the rough with the distressed and all the bling and the stars. So these are champagne rhinestones, and then these are the stars. Let's see. And then that goes to this pile. So we're going to shove that over this way. So the last one is from, and this is the one that's going to be raffled off tonight. So the last one is from the Peony, I hope I'm saying that right, Garden Designer Series paper. Okay, so what I have available, and this is, if you're creating with me, this is something of what you should have. So I have the stamp set prized Peony, however you say it. Hi. Hey Serena, I'm glad you're here, honey. No problem. Technology. Yes, I know. Because Facebook updated, which is why I was a minute late. Because I'm going, where'd the live button go again? Oh my gosh, all the time. So we've got that. And then, hey Cheryl, how are you? And thank you, hun. So I've been in my room. All right, so I've got a card base, which is the same as what you should have. I have an extra outer mat. I have an inner mat, which is part of the peony. Oh, however you say that flower. I just blanked on it again, and Pam corrected me. We had a team gathering right before this, so I'm going to get it. It's that and like the what is it? Charcuterie boards, the ones with all the cheese and crackers and fruit. Yeah, that one I can't say either. So, yes. But I will. It's not going to get me. So, all right. So, I've got the designer series paper. I've got a scrap of white here. I have ahead of time just cut out one of these guys out of another scrap of the designer series paper. Okay. Hence the Stampin' Blends. So these are our alcohol markers. How you can tell the difference? Oh, easy. Yeah, you're like, yeah, right. No, here, look. So our Stampin' Right markers are like a drop of water, and they're circle, okay? Our alcohol markers, and is that one closed? I hope so. Yes. All right, so, and our alcohol markers are square, right? Because you can do more stuff with them, but different. So it dries quicker. So anyways, so I just keep thinking that water is round. So those are water-based. So I've got the Magenta Madness and the Just Jade. Obviously, I've got Magenta Madness in the matte, and I'm gonna color the accent. Okay, I have the scrap of white because I'm gonna stamp some words and punch them out with the story label punch, and then we're gonna have a quick card. So I hope you're creating with me, and if not, that's okay too. You have until midnight to finish. So let's get going, shall we? All right, so I've got my card base. My card base is cut at, let's see here, 5.5 by 8.5, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. Valley side goes out. We're gonna hide those mountains. Valley side is where the bump goes like this. Mountain is where it goes like that. So we've got our Magenta Madness. This is our new Stampin' Seal. As you can see, the cartridge is bigger. Yes, I like it because when I'm got a very messy room, I can still find the cartridge. No, I'm not gonna say to make it this big, but it is a tiny bit nicer than the snail because you can find the cartridge. I don't know how many times I had 4 or 5 out and just kept pulling them out until I had time to clean. Also, it's a little bit stronger than the snail, so guess what? You don't need to use as much. You know what else? The cartridge is interchangeable, so the Stampin' Seal Plus, which is stronger and perforated, so when you're doing 3D projects and that kind of stuff, it bends a little bit better, so it's stronger, as well as it's stronger because it's perforated. But you don't have to buy 2 cartridges. Each cartridge fits in, or each refill fits inside the cartridge, so you only need 1, unless you're like me and want separate ones and don't want to have a open refill floating around, but up to you. So with this, you stick it down. No check marks, no craziness. You just kind of set the butt down and let it disconnect, okay? And sometimes it still boogers a little, so you peel it up a little with your hand and you're ready to go. Now, I only do 2 stripes with snail. I would do 4 or 5. The price, it is a tiny bit more expensive, like 0.001 cent more per yard, okay? Yeah, literally, that's it. All right, and then we're gonna do the marbling on this side. So I am doing this way, and I gotta figure out what I wanna cover and what I wanna do and which way, because I'm thinking my card's gonna go this way. So I've got that here. I think my flower's gonna go down here and my words are gonna go up here because we don't have any flying flowers last time I looked. Well, we're gonna practice some more, so Miss Sherilyn, you will be fine, honey. And honestly, it took me about a week of yelling at it. So, not a problem. And I should have gotten the yellow. Hold on a second. Good thing I'm at home, huh? Because we gotta have some stamen in here, right? So, I'm grabbing my yellow to do my middles. This is the alcohol. This is Daffodil Delight. This is the darker one. So how these are designed is they are designed, since I have Magenta Madness, they are designed with the ink pad to be in the middle, the light to be about a shade or 2 lighter, and the dark to be a shade or 2 darker. So that way you know how they're designed. Okay? So we've got our middle done, so I can put that to the side. Now, I am actually going to grab the brush tip and I am going to do the base of the petals darker. If you don't want the base of the petals darker, don't. It's just that simple. So I am just gonna run through here and do the base of the petals. Has anybody else ever tried the Stampin' Blends, and do you like them? Why or why not? I know that there's other companies out there. So, just curious if you've tried them and if you like them. I like them when they're new. If somebody has destroyed the tips, whether it be hubby, kid, usually not dog, me. Oh, that was supposed to be green. Oh well. But after a while, they do get a little bit soft, like everything, and so they're a little tougher to control. But well, I'm glad you got it, hun. I guess I explained something perfectly that you understood. So I'm assuming that's with the Stampin' Seal. You also have to make sure your angle is not as upright and more flat than the snail, because it's got to have a little more to grab onto, if that makes sense to you. So, but it's just a matter of technique, like we learned with the snail, like we learned with the Fast Fuse. And honestly, how many different adhesives do we have? Let's see, we have the fine tip glue, we have Stampin' Seal Plus, we have the adhesive sheets, foam adhesive sheets. What else do we have? Tear and tape. Multi-purpose glue. Dimensionals, mini dimensionals, black dimensionals. That's just off the tip of my, off the top of my head. So, if you do not like the Stampin' Seal, find out what you do like and order that instead. Not a problem at all. So, one thing you want to pay attention to, I can't tell if that's a leaf or a flower, so I'm doing half and half. But one thing you do want to pay attention to is when you're coloring with the blends, make sure, for one, we have a color lifter that kind of erases and softens if you want to do that, so not a problem. I know, isn't the paper gorgeous? And the rest of it won't disappoint either, so it's awesome. But sometimes I actually like the backside better, so just pay attention to that, because sometimes, just flip it over. So, alright, so I'm actually going to start on the darker side first, because I want to get those veins done of those leaves. And then I'm just going to fill in quick with the lighter. This is the Just Jade. This is the new In Colors, just for your information. So I'm going to fill in here. Yes, they're hard to uncap. Go back to the gym. No, I'm just teasing. But tell your hubby it's a workout, and because you don't have to pay for a gym membership, you can get more crafting stuff. No, but do not unscrew the caps, because it loosens them and then they dry out much, much, much quicker. Okay? So you don't want to do that. You want to just pull them straight off. So you got to be strong to craft. Tell hubby you got to be in shape to craft. Which means you got to build your stamina up, and you need to have a burger instead of a salad for dinner. That's what I'm going to say. All right, so that is my, how do you say it? Peony? Peony? I don't know. I knew about a half hour ago, and I've set it in my head to remember, and guess what happened? Can't remember now. So, alrighty, so let's see. Love and thanks to a dear friend is what I've got going on in my brain. I need a block. Go figure. And I'm going to stamp off a little bit. So we're going to do an additional block to do some of that background. And because the designer, the marble, is not very busy, we can make this a little bit busier. Make sure to stamp off. Do it random. It's okay if it's not perfect, because guess what? We're going to put words over it anyways, so you're fine. So love and thanks to a dear friend. Gotta be quiet and hold my breath. Always got to. I don't know why. And I need to fill in a little bit more up here because when the punch goes, I think I'm going to need a little more space. So this is the story label punch. Yes, my lock broke. Yes, I need to reorder it. Guess what I haven't done? Because everything keeps coming in, I go, oh, new stuff, instead of, because the punch still works. The lock is just busted. It is what it is, right? So, and yes, I know it's not straight and perfect, but hey, guess what? Neither am I. So I'm going to grab my dimensionals. I'm going to pop my flower up. Now, I tend to always do 2, and here's the reason why. Because if you only do 1, it tends to pivot. Just like everything else that doesn't have a base to it, you end up with a little bit of pivot to it. So I am just making sure that I don't have pivot, right? And if you don't like those lopsided words, it wasn't handmade, right? So, how does yours look? Have you been creating with me with some designer paper? So that is what I have. Where's my hand stamp by? I'm gonna finish this completely so I don't have to come back and do more. Go figure. I am trying to do better about finishing instead of having piles. Go figure, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna sign this, Johnny, with my little happy face, because that's just what I do. So that is my first card that's gonna go out in raffle, okay? So let your designer papers, your designer series paper, if I can talk, speak, okay? You don't always have to cover it up and make it better. Sometimes it's good just by itself. All right, so the second card that we're creating tonight, yes, this one's already done. So this is out of the Pretty Parcels dies. So this I've always looked at and went, it's not really long enough to be a border. If I tried to connect them, I never could do it straight. It was too big to really be an accent piece for some reason in my brain. I couldn't really ever figure out where to cut it to make it just one standalone. So I was like, what do I do with this? So here was my answer to this. Okay. So this card is matted with Misty Moonlight, the blue. Okay, this is cut at 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, the blue is, and then the brass foil sheet is cut at, oh heavens, 4.5 by an inch in from the inside of the outside of the card, 4.5 by 3 1/4. Whew, math. Okay, so what I did is I didn't worry about how nasty my plates were, okay, because on my Big Shot, and yes, I still have my Big Shot because I haven't pre-ordered the Stampin', what was it called? Stampin' Cut and Embossed machine, die cutting machine. So, I didn't worry about the plates being old and marking up my foil because I'm doing the hammered over it, right? So it doesn't matter. So what I did is I grabbed my brass foil and I ran it through with this die, which cuts out, okay? So, where did it go? Okay, so this is my piece that got cut out. And then I'm looking at it and going, but that piece is really cool. But it's all marked up at the time, right? So then I put it through the hammered metal embossing folder and I went, oh, that's cool. Kind of looks like spiders. But hey, we're not talking about spiders because 'tis the season, right? So I grabbed that and I glued down the outer, and then I rolled a couple glue dots and I threw them down here and put that in there. And my gosh, I have a card with no ink. No ink. No ink. Yes, I'll eventually stamp the back, but this is a great masculine anything. You can stamp in the middle when you need birthday, sympathy, anniversary, heavens, I don't know. But look at that. It's amazing, right? So there we go. Okay. So I have a piece of very vanilla, thick, very vanilla cardstock. And this is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. We're gonna stick the valley on the outside, and we're gonna do the mountain on the inside. If you're looking at the score, that's what I'm showing you, okay? And then I've got a piece of basic black, and I've actually cut this at 5 1/4 by 4, so there's a little bit more, where did that other card go? See how this one, the color isn't standing out as far, whereas this one, it has more to it. I just wanted to do a tiny bit different. So, go figure, huh? So I've got my basic black. And my thing's not going to work because I'm doing a live. I've had it working all day, and of course it's not going to work now. And yes, I realized I did the check mark, Sherilyn. So I am learning just as much as you guys are. Be patient with it. It took me almost a half a roll. Yes, it still went on the card and stuck, but it took me almost a half a roll for my muscle memory to make it work. So this is the second or third one now. So, all right, so I've got my hammered metal embossing folder. I want to just do on the edges, and here's why. I don't want to get involved with those itty bitty pieces in there, okay? So I've got, well, somewhere in here it's supposed to stick. There we go. So we've got that. And then I am grabbing my glue dots that are right next to me, of course. With my take your pick tool. You want to keep as much of your finger oils off of the glue dots, because the more oil goes on there, the less sticky they are. Gee, go figure, huh? So what I'm doing is I am just picking a place that I can kind of make the glue dot wind around, so that way it's not sticky on the outside, if that makes sense at all. Okay, so I'm going to get that to release, and then I am just literally kind of balling it up. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm kind of balling it up so that way it's not sticking out, and then I've got stickies on the front, because once you get adhesive on the foil, it mars it and you're done. That's it. So here's the fun part. The reason I didn't put glue dots in the middle is because I kind of hold these two sides up, and I'm going to lay this down in the middle and be able to line it up. And if it's not right, hey, guess what? I can lift just like that because the glue dots aren't there, right? So I line up, line up, line up, line up, and then I'm going to push down. If it's not perfect, it's handmade, right? Push down, push down, push down. And there's my card. Pretty simple, right? But now you have a card that can go flowery for a girl, masculine, sympathy, birthday, anniversary, you name it, not a problem. Yay, right? And then same goes with this one. Flip it to a black, flip it to a neutral, flip it to a blue for the matte. Take the marble, do something similar but not in pink. And then instead of a flower, I don't know, grab something else, right? So that is what I have for you. What do you think? Do you like? I hope so. Alright, so I'm off of here. I am finishing up dinner quick, and then guess what I'm doing, guys? Guess. I am packing my truck for tomorrow for the class. We're up at Jody's in Yucca. Hey, before I forget, I have to show you. I really have to show you. And this will be soon, but I was messing around with on the team gathering that we had right before this, and look at this. This is from the Peony. I forgot. Anyways, look at how many layers are in that. So we will do this, I promise. Not there yet, but we will do this. And then look at, these are those distinctive 3D stamps. So look at how gorgeous those are. Let me get closer for you. I was like, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. So this is just the stamp set inked up, basically. But my goodness, look at that. Anyways. All right, I'm done now. So thanks for coming on. These are the 2 cards that we'll be raffling off. Okay, so I'll take a picture of these and get these going for you. Announce it in the morning before I leave for class. I know they're gorgeous, right? I do have some more practice to do before we do class. That would be why they were introduced for team, but not yet for everyone else, because I haven't messed them up 18 times, so I can't tell you how to do them and how not to yet. I've just got the basics down. So, so these are the 2. Thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to order, it goes towards Jody this week because she hosts all the time for card class. And without anything else, I gotta clean my room. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.